Hi. Today I want to do a quick demo with a big IP active standby pair to load the balancing to Cilium pod in Kubernetes cluster. So right now, I already have big IP active and standby pair configured. So I already deployed the virtual server with the Cilium pod as pool member here. So right now, both on active and standby, both pool members are in red. The reason is because on the Cilium on the Kubernetes cluster, I have not set up the Cilium BPF tunnel map. So like if I run this command, which is Cilium BPF tunnel list, it lists the existing destination subnet and the endpoint VTEP. So right now it only has 10.0.1 subnet, and but my big IP on the active unit, list net tunnel, list net self. So on the VXLAN tunnel big IP, I'm using the 10.0.8.8 0 subnet. On the standby, I'm using 10.0.99 0 subnet. So as you can see here, I have not added the big IP HA pair subnet to the Cilium BPF tunnel map. So that's the reason both Cilium pod are in red status. So this is a 2 Cilium pod. I can show you. So this is a 2 Cilium pod, 253, 157. (253), 157, right? So that's the Cilium pod as pool member of virtual server. Both are in red because I have not set up the Cilium tunnel map for the big IP HA pair subnet. Okay, so this is active, standby. They have identical configurations. Now, if I add this, if I add the big IP subnet HA pair, the pool member should show green status. So let me add for the active big IP subnet. That's 10.0.8.8.0. So this is the active big IP VLAN self IP for the encapsulation. That's the 15. right? This is the active unit. That's the VLAN self IP. So I use the, so for the VNI, I use the 68. As you can see here, the Flannel VXLAN, the key is 68. So 68. And the VTAP MAC is the Flannel VXLAN interface on the big IP. That's the MAC address. So now this is a new record, tunnel map, Cilium BPF tunnel map, 10088. The active big IP self IP. So now we add for the active big IP. So this is our active big IP. Now the pool member should show green status. Okay. So now the network collection is working to the active big IP. And the standby big IP is still red. So we can add the standby subnet, which is 99.0 subnet. The self IP is 14. This is a standby. This is a self IP 14. And I also use the same VNI key here, standby. So that's the key, same key. So the MAC address, that's Flannel VXLAN MAC address is this MAC address, right? Flannel VXLAN. Okay, so then this is for the standby self IP, the subnet, self IP, oh, the subnet, self IP. So I have 2 Cilium load, so only 2 nodes here in the cluster, right? So now on the standby, the pool member should also be green now, right? So now let's do a test. So my virtual server IP address is 168. Okay, and let's do a traffic test. To the virtual server IP. Okay, so just confirm this is our, right now this is the active big IP. We have TCP down running in the background. Just you use the virtual server IP address. So we know when we send a request, the active unit should respond with, okay, so we got a response, and we got the TCP down shows the request on the active unit, right? So on the standby, I also have TCP down, same TCP down, and no request to this standby, and no packet. So now let's do a failover. Failover. So this is to force the standby to force the active to standby. Okay, so now it's active. Now it's standby, and so this is a previous standby. Now it's active. Okay, so now this big IP should receive the traffic. Let's send the traffic again. Okay, it works, and we got a TCP down in the background, shows the request. Okay. So yeah, so the big IP HA pair works for the Cilium cluster tunnel mode. So this is a improvement. Like if you run Kubernetes in with Flannel CNI plugin, network plugin, and big IP will not support the HA pair. But with the Cilium, it works great for the HA pair. And so also another thing, when you set up the big IP HA pair, you need to disable the IP tunnel config sync DB key. Okay, this is a sysdb IP tunnel config sync. So when you do config sync between the HA pair, if you have this enabled, the config sync will override the this self IP with the peers self IP, and also if you have a different VNI key value in the final VXLAN, it will also override this key value, so it will cause problem. And just keep in mind, have this sysdb IP tunnel config sync disabled. Okay. Yeah, I think that's this demo to show you big IP HA pair support the Cilium. Yes, thank you. Bye.